Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're getting into an incredible story of transformation. We're talking about Amapiano, the South African dance genre that has, it's just completely exploded from a neighborhood sound into a global movement. Our mission here is to really trace how this underground music used grassroots channels to basically challenge the whole world's music industry.
Yeah, what's so fascinating is how specific its origins are. It's not just a sound, it's a place.
Yeah.
Amapiano is, fundamentally rooted in the youth culture of South Africa's townships. Specifically, we're talking about the Gauteng province, that's Johannesburg and Pretoria.
And the name itself, Amapiano.
It's Zulu. It literally translates to the pianos, which, hints at that melodic core that holds the whole thing together.
Got it. So we'll start with that unique musical DNA, trace its journey out of the townships, and then unpack that rapid global takeover that kicked off around 2021. So let's break down that sound. Where does it even come from? I know there were deep house and jazz influences, but what about the foundational South African genres?
Oh, it's a really rich fusion. You can definitely hear Kwaito.
Kwaito, right? The 90s slowed down house music.
Exactly, that post-apartheid sound. And you also hear Gukom, which is that much darker, more intense club music from Durban. Amapiano took bits from both, but the key thing is it slowed everything right down.
To what kind of tempo?
Usually somewhere between 110 and 120 BPM. It's a much more relaxed, gentle groove.
That slower tempo is one thing, but the log drum, that's what makes it instantly recognizable, isn't it?
Absolutely. The log drum is the signature.
Can you break down what it actually is?
Sure. It's this incredibly powerful bass sound, but it's mixed with a kind of woody, percussive hit. It's all made with synthesizers, and critically, it often completely replaces the normal kick drum.
So it's not just keeping the beat.
Not at all. It hits in these syncopated, kind of unexpected patterns.
Yeah.
That's what gives the whole track that elastic, driving, but still relaxed feel. The pioneers, like MFR Souls, were experimenting with this way back around 2012.
So that slower tempo is deliberate, to leave enough space for the log drum to really dominate the rhythm.
Precisely. That space is absolutely essential. And you have to remember, the way it spread in the 2010s was entirely DIY.
What do you mean by DIY? Like how?
Literally sharing music files on apps like WhatsApp. It was just passed around directly within communities.
Oh.
At street parties and clubs, even circulated at taxi ranks. It completely bypassed all the traditional channels.
But then there was a national tipping point, right? A moment it went from the street to the mainstream.
Right. That was mid-2019. The album Scorpion Kings by Kabza De Small and DJ Mafariza dropped.
And that release sort of solidified the sound.
It gave it a formal, commercially viable structure. That was the national breakthrough. And then, the aha moment for the global audience came, ironically, because of the COVID lockdowns in 2020.
How did that work?
Well, all the clubs were closed, so artists were forced to go online. You had people like Major League DJs doing their balcony mixes.
Ah, I see. So it pushed them directly onto global streaming platforms.
Exactly. And that direct digital exposure, built on that earlier WhatsApp foundation, just led to this massive streaming growth. Billions of plays by 2023.
And the scale now is just immense. We saw that 50,000 person Scorpion Kings live concert in Pretoria in 2025. It's definitely not a niche sound anymore.
And what's really insightful here is the cultural meaning behind it all. Amapiano is a direct, an unfiltered expression of contemporary township youth culture. It reflects their language, their fashion, their daily lives.
So it's like a window into that world.
It is. It's presenting modern African youth culture to the world without needing any external validation.
And that culture keeps evolving. We're now seeing all these fusions with jazz, R&B, even Afrobeats with vocals in Zulu, English.
Which brings us to this kind of inherent tension in the genre today.
The tension.
Yeah. You've got this enormous commercial success, which of course leads to worries about standardizing the sound, chasing guaranteed hits. But that's happening right alongside this constant, really energetic sonic innovation from the creators. The fight for its soul is kind of ongoing.
So here's a final thought for you to take away. Considering how Amapiano spread through these hyper-local DIY channels, WhatsApp, then online mixes way before the big global labels got involved, what does its journey really tell us about the future of music? Can local innovation permanently bypass the traditional industry gatekeepers now? Go listen for that syncopated log drum, because it might just be the sound of the future.